Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel The Nurses Hub. Today I have brought a very informative and interesting topic from OBG, that is the fetal skull. So I'll try my best that I am covering the content in a very concise and precise manner. So let us start the topic without any further delay. So this is the fetal skull, and whenever we talk about the fetal skull, it has been divided into three main parts, that is the face, the vault at the top and at the bottom the base. In blackboard also you can see face, vault and the base. So face is formed with 14 small bones. The vault, it is formed with 2 frontal bones, 2 parietal bones, 2 temporal bones at both the sides, the right and left, and at the posterior region we have 1 occipital bone. So in total we have 7 bones, 2 frontal, 2 parietal, 2 temporal and 1 occipital bone. Let us move on to the fetal skull suture. So the fetal skull has got 5 types of suture. In between the 2 frontal bones we have the frontal suture. In between the 2 parietal bones we have the sagittal sutures. In between the 2 parietal bones, the sagittal suture. Then transversely we have got the coronal suture, and the coronal suture is present in between the frontal and the parietal bone. So the suture which divides the frontal and the parietal bone is the coronal suture. Both the sides, the right and left, in between the parietal bone and the temporal bone we have the squamous suture, and posteriorly at the back, in between the parietal and occipital bone we have the lambdoidal suture. So in total we have 5 sutures. Let us move on to the fetal skull fontanelles. So in fetal skull we have got 2 fontanelles, the anterior fontanelle and the posterior fontanelle. So anterior fontanelle, it is also called as bregma, and it is diamond in shape. As you can see here, the brownish black color what you can see in this fetal skull, it is called as the bregma, and it will be usually closing by 1 to 1.5 year. It is a membranous layer where we can even palpate for the pulsations in case of the babies. And the posterior fontanelle, it is triangular in shape and it will be closing by about 1 to 1.5 month. So please don't get confused between the closing time of anterior and the posterior fontanelle. Anterior 1 to 1.5 year and posterior 1 to 1.5 month. So these fontanelles, they are just present because there is incomplete ossification of the bones. So usually the ossification will be taking place every day, day by day, and slowly over a period of time these fontanelles will be getting closed. Okay, so anterior the closing time is 1 to 1.5 year and posterior the closing time is 1 to 1.5 month. Let us move on to the fetal skull landmarks. So landmarks means these are the major identities of the fetal skull, the major areas. So the first one is the mentum. Mentum is the chin. Chin is only called as the mentum. Next one is the submentum. Submentum means the area which is just below the chin, that is called as the submentum. Next one is the sinciput. This frontal portion or the aspect which you can see is called as the sinciput. So this is the area between the orbital ridges. Orbital ridges means these eyebrows. So these are the orbital ridges. So between the orbital ridges and the coronal sutures. So this particular area is called as the sinciput. Next one is the vertex. So vertex is the area which is present in between the coronal sutures, the both parietal eminences. Eminences means these are just the areas or the parts which are slightly bulged out, protruded and they are shiny in appearances, that is called as the eminences, and the lambda. So this particular area which is present in between the coronal suture, the both parietal eminences and the lambda at the back. So this particular area is called as the vertex, and the last one is the occiput. So posteriorly we have the bone that is called as the occiput. In occiput we have occipital protuberance and the subocciput. So protuberance means the area which is slightly protruded outwards and it is quite high, that is called as the occipital protuberance, and just below the occiput we have the suboccipital region. So these are the major landmarks: mentum, the chin, submentum, then sinciput, the frontal aspect, vertex, the superior aspect, and last one is the occiput, the posterior of the skull. So next, moving on to the fetal skull diameters. So whenever we talk about the fetal skull diameters, we have the first one, we have the bitemporal diameter. Bitemporal means between the both temporal bones, both the right and left side. This is one temporal, this is another temporal. So between both the temporal bones we have the bitemporal diameter, and that is 8.2 centimeters. Next one is the biparietal diameter. So parietal bones are at the back side, right? Superiorly and back side. So between both the parietal bones we have the biparietal diameters, that is 9.5 centimeters. So you are measuring the biparietal diameter crossing over the parietal eminences, that is 9.5 centimeters. Next one is the suboccipitobregmatic. So suboccipito, this is the occiput posteriorly, and suboccipito, that is just below the occipital protuberance. So suboccipitobregmatic. Bregma is this diamond shaped structure. So from the suboccipito till the bregmatic we have the suboccipitobregmatic diameter, that is 9.5 centimeters. Okay. Next one is the suboccipitofrontal. So starting from the same point suboccipito going to the frontal. So frontal is this part. So frontal means at the center of the frontal suture, that is suboccipitofrontal. Okay. Next one is the occipitofrontal. So starting from now occiput, that is the occipital protuberance, up till the frontal. Now this frontal is till the glabellar region. Glabellar means between both the eyes and from where the nose begins, that is called as the glabella. So this is occipitoglabelar up till the glabella. Okay, that is occipitofrontal. That is called as the 11.5 centimeters diameter. So occipitofrontal is that frontal represents the glabellar region. Next one is the submentobregmatic. Now starting from the front region, submentobregmatic. Below the chin, submentum and bregmatic. That is submentobregmatic, 9.5 centimeters. Now we have again starting from the same point submentovertical. Vertical in the sense the highest point of the vertex, that is called as the submentovertical diameter, which exists around 11.5 centimeters. Okay, and the last one is mentovertical, starting from the chin, that is mentum and the vertex. So the highest point of the vertex, that is called as the vertical. So submentovertical. So this is the highest measuring diameter of around 13.5 centimeters. Okay. Thank you guys. Hope so the content was very much informative. If any kind of the doubts or clarifications are there, please let me know in the comment box.